Hello and welcome back. Well, I was about to say we're going to pick up where we left off last time, but we're not picking up where we left off last time. We're starting a new game today. Today we're playing Humankind. We're starting a new game in it. This will be the second time we've run it on the channel. I am playing this live on Twitch under the username WillCole and uploading this for YouTube after recording it locally at the same time under the username WillCole100. In the last game of Humankind, we can get into the game and I can talk about it in the game. We played on Metropolis, which I think is like the default sort of recommended entry-level difficulty for it. I'm not necessarily going to be the smartest, and instead of going at one difficulty, I've actually put it in the description that I was going to go up one difficulty. Let me fix that quickly. We're going to go up two. We're going to go up to Empire difficulty. Hopefully that updates on Twitch. And it'll be correct for YouTube because we'll see this. I'll probably figure out which difficulty I'm on for the video upload for YouTube description by looking at the screen. So we're going to do Empire difficulty. Small world size, Pangea, basically the same as last time. The only difference is we are on Empire difficulty instead of Metropolis. So we're jumping to keep the same number of people, and we're going to try to play a little bit more aggressively. Content-wise, I don't have any of the specialty content. I have like the pre-order bonus and the Parabellum Wonder Pack, but otherwise I basically have none of the content for this game. So this is basically a vanilla-ish style run. Small size, normal, Empire difficulty. Into the game we get. Because this is the second time we have run the game on the channel, I'm going to skip the era videos so we can figure out how to skip them. So we can focus a little bit more on the gameplay this time. And that is the plan. Generic sort of tip here. Religions are useful. In fact, because we're going for a more militaristic run this time, we're going to want either high religion, or high influence for what we'll describe as excuses to Star Wars. And to some degree, we want those high to be either anyway, because then we can at least shield ourselves from having that applied to us. So if you have more religious pressure than other people, they will convert, or their citizens will convert to your religion, and then when they oppress those people, it gives you an excuse to start wars with them. Same sort of thing with influence and culture. So you want to probably have more influence, you want to have more faith than your neighbors. That will be a little bit harder to deal with on Emperor difficulty, because the AI gets some buffs to that sort of stuff. So we may need to focus a little bit more on religion and or influence on Empire than we would on the previous difficulty of Metropolis. I'm bringing this up as we're loading in here. And then religion has some other minor benefits. Usually you get to pick the bonus you want if you're the first to get that religion level up, I believe. I think it's like a lot like Civ 5 in that form. Might be like Civ 6 like the form. I don't play much of Civ 5 and Civ 6. Although I have played those through. I haven't played them on the channel. And I don't expect I'm going to play them on the channel. Unless someone asks. Primarily because I don't think I'm necessarily very good at them. And most of the community that watches that sort of content watches people playing like max difficulty, which I'm not good enough at playing. So let's see if we can get this video skipped. Clicking doesn't do it, Enter doesn't do it, Spacebar doesn't do it, Escape.
Another day, another dawn of humankind.
The dawn of humankind.
It is time to finish breakfast, give a rousing speech, and leap into the future.
So we need enough food to grow our tribe, science to have a better understanding of the world, and hunting things gives us influence. We are also looking for a good place to found a city. So we're basically looking for a tile with good neighboring industry and food. Like this tile would be pretty decent if it wasn't right on the border of a zone. Let's try to get up into the high ground. Okay, there's some food there.
Full bellies and healthy children. I see where this is going.
Interesting lake. End of the turn. So every game of Humankind starts you off in the Neolithic era, sort of exploring the world to figure out where you want to set up your settlements, allowing you to get a good opportunity to figure out what the map looks like,
Even
where
those
you
who
want your
have
first city.
disappeared may have done something very clever.
And right now, to sort of claim areas, we don't necessarily need a lot of influence, although we don't have enough to claim an area yet, so let's not rush off too far. To move from this era to the next, we need either 5 population, so each unit is considered a population, have explored 10 science worth of discoveries, or have hunted 5 animals. And arguably, you probably also want to have figured out where your city is going to be settled, and have the city settled there long enough that it has been properly set up.
This way.
It's a little bit of wood, although that wouldn't be very good for expansion. So the horses will take. And there's some food.
This way.
So, for doing a bunch of the hunting, Twitch chat's asking which civilization I'm choosing. Humankind in the Neolithic era, you generally don't pick a civilization. It's going into the next era where you pick your first culture. It's a culture per era. So that would help with growing them. But no, we want the tech cost reduction and domestication. We are at some point probably going to want to hunt mammoth, but definitely not in a rush to do that. We're also looking for very strategics. So this zone would probably be a good place to get access to horses and copper, although I haven't found necessarily a great spot in it yet to put the claim. Oh, that might be reasonable down there. We'll see. Oop. Double mammoth. Yeah, I can't get down to that food. Okay. And the cliffs are catching me a little bit in here. I need to go that way to get up the cliff. Got an event. Get more people, or get city defense research. We're gonna take city defense research.
Onwards. We move.
Okay, if I wanted a coastal city, this wouldn't be the worst of places here settled on the forest. We get 2 forests, we get a bunch of ocean. Well, that's deep ocean. I can't put harbors in the deep ocean. Never mind. I'm not gonna settle there. This is an interesting regional zone because of the copper, the horses. But I don't see any really good city sites in it. Is the problem there?
Right.
This way.
I'd complain about the mammoth being a bit rude there, but It's a mammoth. It doesn't know better.
This way.
That might be a good place to settle, although close to the region borders.
Uh-huh. Do it.
Onward. This way.
Onwards. This way.
Okay, got another person there, so we can split up a little bit more.
We move.
We can cover a little bit more exploration ground. Grab that food, that gives us an extra person.
Do it.
Yeah, thinking we might want to try to do something with the mammoths. That looks like a decent spot for the city. Okay, let's get the other three grouped up so we can start hunting some mammoths. And then we can build towards there and get some river bonuses. So, we got one settlement, one territory. That's going to take units blocking 3 turns at least before we want to air it up. So right now we're just in the process of trying to get the best rewards that we can get in 3 turns. And I think we're going to be able to get that probably from hunting a bunch of mammoths if we can.
This way.
What's over there?
So there's a growth bonus. So now we can air up whenever we want.
We move.
And that's going to give us the science one. So now we really can air up whenever we want.
Onward.
Other than the fact we're waiting for you to come off cooldown. Off of construction cooldown. So 3 turns we're going to air up, even if we don't get the hunting, and we're probably not going to get the hunting. And plant legacy or storytellers. I probably want the food one. Let's grab the actually, no, let's go with the money, because money's going to be tight for the first era when we don't have the specialty buildings for it. I'll go science as well. And then remind me later, because we want the city to be ready to become a proper city, which is going to take 3 turns.
We move. Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't like that we can see one of our neighbors. They shouldn't be able to attack us necessarily over here, but
We move.
Executing your first ransack is not very friendly, but it's better to be the ransacker than the ransackee.
Onward.
We move. Onward.
Oh, happens to be in my path. Okay,
Yes.
fair enough. And then... it's 20 for the next one, so yeah, we definitely want to do a hunt if we want to get some more territory.
We move. We watch.
And delay one more turn so we can try to hunt these mammoths.
For our young.
Get to the instant resolution here. So that gives us enough stuff that we can go ahead and claim this territory as well.
By building an outpost, claiming territory is this easy. The trick, of course, is keeping it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's time to go up into the next era. So we can see that all three of the other AIs have jumped to the next era. So the Syrians are off the list. We can't do the Syrians. The Hittites are off the list. We can't do the Hittites because the Hittites have been picked. And the Nubians are off the list, which is one of the... Actually, it's money sieve, but it's money sieve that has a pretty nice sort of Maker's Quarter, Market Quarter combo one here. So we could do the Babylons for science, +2 science per research technology on capital. That's a little bit interesting because that actually gives us more science the more science we have. Or at least more science we've completed. Egyptian's what we went last time, which is industry, and a little bit of influence. Industry producing Maker's Quarter, and +1 tiles on making industry. So this is a very good industry one. I'm tempted to do that one again. Food on river, although we're not quite on the river yet. Although the canal network is counted as a river. If we're going really industry or really military focused, I could go Mycenaeans here. Industry cost reduction on units would allow for a lot more early aggression. The Twitch chat saying industry early seems pretty good. Granted, science early would jumpstart out nicely. Yeah, that's sort of the catch 22, right? Is do you want the industry to build the science stuff, or do you want the science to be able to be picky about what you're building? And then I'm planning on trying to do something a little bit more militaristic this run. So that's a really big bonus for military stuff. All mechs, influence is useful. Food's not bad. Definitely don't run this before and it's not too bad. Phoenicians is coastal stuff. We don't want to do Phoenicians. And then Zhao. I don't think we got... The places we grabbed don't have great mountains for Zhao. There's okay mountains for Zhao. Had that not been a lake, that would have been a really nice place for Zhao. So we don't want to do Zhao, at least. No, we don't want to do Zhao. Bronze working, okay. So science is tempting, but I think we want the industry to build stuff. So that either says we want the Egyptians. If I wanted to specifically get up to stuff with our scouts, the runners here is a upgrade on the scouts. So all our guys, instead of upgrading into explorers or scouts or whatever, would upgrade into these runners instead, which would give us an initial military bonus. Although this is mostly food on rivers as well. Cheaper all military, even if we don't go military, that's tempting. Counts as a maker's quarter, counts as a garrison, although it doesn't necessarily provide any garrison bonuses initially. Or not maker or industry bonuses initially, but 20% off military is tempting. And then if I really wanted to be starting stuff, I probably do want influence. Although this is only one, it's 3 from territory, 1 from the head, and then +1 for the farmer's quarters. But we maybe don't want to be building a lot of farmer's quarters early on. In Twitch, that's going, oh, thank you, military this run. Yeah, that's kind of the plan. I want to try to be a little bit more militaristic, be aggressive. We managed to subjugate one of them last run. And if the default settings, if you subjugate everyone on the planet, you immediately in the game. So that would be one way to win really quickly. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the Mycenaeans here. We're gonna play a very militaristic game.
On.
Ah, the challenges. Now we need to find some Trojans for you to either trade with or vent your wrath on.
So we get bonuses from destroying military units. I think the unaligned military units count towards this, but the animals won't. And our first city can be founded. We know that's why we set up this spot for that.
A city means shelter for those who need it, a place to store food, pens for the pigs. It may not be glorious, but it beats sleeping under trees.
I think we probably want the Potter's Workshop pretty early on. And it gets its first population in 16 turns. In the meantime, we're going to try to probably get these guys linked up. And I think I want to grab the territory between the 2 that we have claimed here.
Off we go. All together.
Even though it's not very, from a resource perspective, it's not a very interesting territory. It's just allows us to connect the 2 here. Unless I want to make this a separate city, which might be reasonable to do.
Follow me.
Science-wise, we got a couple science techs that we've got cost decreases for. City defense and domestication. What was the resource we had? We got horses. Horses and copper, okay. So domestication would be good because of the horses. That'll allow us to immediately start making use of the horses and get extra food from those horses. Although, to build this I need 4 horses. Well, I probably don't. I probably cost more if I don't have 4. So we got 3 there. We could take there over for some horses. That would be more copper as well. This area up here has a luxury resource. Okay. If I want to run for bronze working, there's the copper. Our special melee infantry also doesn't have a strategic resource cost, so we could be going for that early on. And that's to extract the luxury. You're the copper, you are the horses, you're the luxury. Carpentry is also a little bit tempting because we do have a bunch of lumber in our starting stuff. Yeah, at least out of the starting stuff, the democratization is going to be the thing we're going to do. As you can see, we do have a cost decrease on city defense at 25%, so it's going to take 9 turns instead of 12. I think we'll do carpentry, city defense, bronze working, and then reevaluate. Well, actually, probably at that point, do calendar, and then reevaluate where we're at.
Come over here.
Twitch chat saying if you're going military, I think striking early would be a good idea. Yeah, striking early would definitely, if we can get it to work out, would be a great idea. Okay, what's the choices here? Plus on Emblematic District or plus on main plus, but get faith on the Emblematic District. I think we're gonna go probably towards Divine Mandate. So that's the founding myth. Legitimacy. I think create outposts is probably what we want to do. How much does the outpost cost right now? Before I go burning all the influence, 74. Yeah. Okay, well this pays itself back in 4 turns at the moment, so we'll grab that. That'll move us towards more faith on territories. We got 2 territories, technically. So I think we get 4 faiths. Plus, we don't have any emblematic districts yet. Eventually we'll do the
It seems so. If
And
the
then we want
gods
to save
hadn't
up
chosen us,
for this
somebody
one,
else would be standing
another,
here.
Another 25. I'm going to use this person to figure out exactly how valuable the territory I've already claimed is. Exploring that end of it.
Come over here. Let's go. Off we go.
Oh, we found some science in the wilderness. So we immediately completed domestication with that. That's actually good to know. We want to get that horse ranch going. Oh, and this can't be done without strategic resources. It will be at 3. I don't know if it might, because we'll have 3 horses. It might let us do it with 3 instead of 0. It won't let us do it with 0. Once we have that done, either this will be available or we just need 1 more horse to make it usable. Then why? Okay, so it's showing us that we can do army composition. Again, another unit cost decrease. So in theory, we'd be stacking up to 50% there, which would be real strong. We're rapidly bringing out the swarm to fight someone.
Off we go. Follow me.
Taking a moment to sip a little bit of tea.
Off we go.
Oh, there's another exploration point, so we want that. Okay, so to make this a new city, that would cost 160 influence. We now have enough influence, and I'm going to pick up the next of our policies. We're going to pick up create outpost cost reduction.
That seems to leave a lot of interpretation of right and wrong, not to mention
And then I may want
yours
to save it
and
for
mine.
conscripts. Although we probably want some zones, attaching zones first.
The Assyrians. The fact that they have horses and siege
They got
engines
it first.
might indicate their preferences as a neighbor.
Come over here. Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah, the question here is, do I take advantage of the Cold War and start fighting? And I'm going to be overly aggressive. I'm going to start fighting.
All right.
Greetings. I'm called hot-blooded, short-tempered, passionate. All the highest compliments. As long as we are honest and fair, we can do mighty things.
So, will this independent people be an ally or an enemy? A barrier or a blessing? Their future may not be in their hands.
Yeah, it's very not in their hands, seeing as I've arrived at their location, and I'm probably going to be evil and be a bit looty today. Oh, well, we definitely need to do a manual battle, otherwise this is going to go terribly. Oops. Here we go. 3 units lost, 2 units killed. And that's getting us up the path for military. We got 3 of the 6 military stars. There's those 2 fights.
Over this way.
Independent peoples. I'm planning on burning that one down, so we're going to ignore this for the moment. Army composition. I'm going to hold off on army composition so we can get some more, get our second city set up and running. Which to do, we just need 160. So we'll be there in 5 more turns.
Will do. Follow me.
Okay, so Nation 1, Nation 2, so we know... Well, we suspect that everyone's going to be due our east. Although, the map has wraparound, so east is west and west is east if you go far enough. I think without sailing, everyone will be to our east.
Let's go.
You're idle. And yes, I can, because I now have horses, I can build the animal barns. It will take longer because you're paying extra for it, 25% extra for it. And obviously, one of the benefits scales with the amount of horses we have strategically. So maybe we're not in a rush to get that built. Do I want the Cyclone Fortress? I think, yeah, I can build a fortress anywhere. It's specifically suggesting I should build it over there, which is maybe not the worst of plans. 11 industry. Because it's also considered a maker's quarter, so we'd be getting a good maker's zone there. Because we've already got the industry from our local area. Right, so that would provide decent. That provides 11. I think we'll agree with what it's saying. So we're going to put it here. Okay, we'll get that done in 7 turns. That'll give us more industry, and probably by then we'll actually have our second area set up. Ransack successful. Oh, there's carpentry. Carpentry will be a very good follow-up to the Cyclean Fortress. Because it provides industry and forest, and we're going to have 6 tiles of forest, plus 1, 2, 3, 4 more, so it's going to be like a 10 industry building. It's telling us 7 right now. Oh, we're also on top of it, so it'll be 11 industry building. That's pretty good.
Let's go. Over this way.
Let's regroup. So the rest of our guys are not necessarily healing particularly well. Might want to pull back to our own territory so we heal just a little bit faster.
Let's go.
And the next turn, you become a city and start growing. We basically do kind of what we did with that one, where we're also probably going to build the main interior building, build the Cyclean Emblematic District. And yeah, you're recommending over there. I don't think that's a bad choice. Yeah, let's pop you there. Do the industry, do the influence. And we didn't have the tech to get the luxury, which would be the only reason really to delay that upgrade any more than we had.
Come over here.
More money, not bad. Let's get back to our territory before we get mauled by a bear. Yeah, probably want that territory. Want this territory. We probably want to start collecting strategics. Probably what we want early on here. Although our starting territory, while it was a very good place to put the city down, is not got really good neighbors. The neighbors won't be super great from expanding standpoint. City defense is complete. That allows us to build our specialty unit, which is probably, if we're going to get to an Era 1 fight, it's probably what we want to be doing offensive actions with. Schism in the Heart, we're not going to bother you. I think we can leave you alone for the moment. As far as religion goes. Okay. And here we can have you set up.
How
and
have
heal
the
them.
mighty
Whoops.
slipped? Your glorious empire now has at least 3 more glorious ones ahead of it.
Okay.
Being told we're not glorious enough. Games are roasting us. Granted, the AI is really good at being fast. Right. Yeah, we've got 1 star out of 7 for Era 1. We're not that far behind. Well, only one of them is actually... we got enough stars in the first era that one person has 1 more star than us in this era, but yet is at the same fame as us. Not really concerned about that yet. We did in the last one catch up really fast with the AI once we got going. I have to be in a foreign territory to see what the influence cost is for claiming it. We did reduce the cost, if memory serves, physics-wise. That's what we do with customary law. Create outpost cost reduction by 50%. And we did divine mandate there. Religious tolerance. Honestly, we probably want to be intolerant if we're going to be starting a lot of fighting. Although we're not that hostile pursuit yet.
A first visible mark of this new culture. I hope the style is pleasing, because it will be around for as long as the city lasts.
Faith on the main plaza or faith on administrative centers and main plaza. So if we're going wide, where we're going to get lots of little different zones, shamanism is better, because the administrative zone is sort of the main plaza, but for the attached territories. Right now, polytheism would be the best for what we've got with our two cities. So if we weren't going to grab a bunch of territories, we're going to grab a bunch of territories. That would definitely be the way to go. We're going to go shamanism. Short term, that's going to be worse. Long term, it's going to be better. Alright, so you've got that going lumberyard-wise. Hopefully we're going to be attacking and not defending, so we don't need the palisades right away. Probably want to get horses, more horses before we do the animal harassment here. Okay, so we lose food. If I put the food guys on animal with food. Okay, so I want to leave them on food. That's probably a sign that we don't want more troops right now. We need to get some more territory there. You're healed up. Do you want to put the city center on the river or down on the industry down here on the coast? Or the outpost center? Or do I want to expand the other city? I might actually want to expand the other city first, because we can get good strategics. Horses, copper, more horses. These guys are mobile at least, so we're going to cross the border to see what the cost is. Yeah, I wanted to know how much it costs. Thank you. 37. Okay, so we can definitely do that, and we should probably do that sooner rather than later. Got them claiming a territory over there? Let's see if we can go interrupt that. And then you look full healed. I probably want that territory, honestly. How quickly can you get over there? 4 turns? I want to attach something else in the meantime. Oh, wait, let's go up there. This is a territory I want to attach. Technically, this is a little bit less valuable because it's only 3 horses, but, well, we're ready to use the horses. We're maybe not ready to use the copper yet. Tech-wise, we're working bronze working, which is what we need for copper. And then calendars next. Okay. So I get for doing long sweeping motions. So I start walking past things I probably want to pick up. Actually, you probably want you to set it up over there. Places a turn, but that's probably fine. So we found 2 curiosities. One was science influence, the other one was science influence. We actually got 20 science that turn, just from exploring stuff.
Off we go.
Okay, that's going to take a couple turns to set up. That's fine. In the meantime, we'll have you move it over there. When this is set up, we're going to immediately grab the horses and then probably attach it to Kenosis. Looking at the time, we're 45 minutes in. This is probably a good place to put a part break in. If you're watching on YouTube, we are going to pick up where we left off next time for you tomorrow. That will be when the next part is up for you. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short stretch break. to sip some tea to keep the voice working, and to stretch the legs, and then we'll be right back. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.